Hello, my name is Dean and today I'm going to be talking about the first game in the Resident Evil series, one of Capcom's highest grossing game series and why it was such a success. Resident Evil is a survival horror game initially released on the PlayStation 1 all the way back in 1996. It has since seen its way onto PC and a port was made to the Nintendo DS. It was also remade in 2002 for the Nintendo GameCube. Created by Capcom, Resident Evil became the face of the survival horror genre due to its iconic setting and god-awful voice acting. But aside its subpar voice acting rests the game so intricately made, it has kept people coming back to it for the 20 years that have passed since its release. Resident Evil was a highly successful release on the PlayStation, becoming one of the highest selling games on the system for quite some time. Resident Evil sold over 5.05 million units. The Director's Cut version, including the DualShock version, sold in an additional 3.94 million copies. That's almost 9 million copies, a staggering amount when you consider the age. For comparison, Crash Bandicoot, another game that was released that year, only sold 6.8 million copies, and that game was considered to be a classic. A little known fact about Resident Evil was that it was initially going to be a remake of a game created by Capcom in 1989 called Sweet Home, which was a game released on the Famicom. However, in the development of Resident Evil, it took an undead twist of its own, and before Capcom knew it, they had an entirely new franchise on their hands, but it still did take a lot of inspiration from the original game, Sweet Home. Resident Evil was hailed by critics upon release, receiving near-perfect scores on the PlayStation system from people like Game Informer, GamePro, GameSpy, IGN, Entertainment Weekly, and fans were blown away with what the PlayStation was capable of, and the Resident Evil proved that. It was even a runner-up on 3 separate occasions for PlayStation's Game of the Year. Resident Evil is a game about a group of STARS members, STARS being the Special Tactics and Rescue Service, a unit of them being sent into the Arklay Mountains to investigate reports of grisly murders that have been going down in the area. But upon arrival, they're attacked by feral dogs and are forced to retreat to a nearby mansion. Upon arriving at the mansion, they discover that Chris Redfield, one of the members of the STARS group, has gone missing, and so they all start searching the mansion in order to find Chris and leave.
What's going on? Any clues?
No.
But investigation into the mansion shows that the past occupants were being tested on by Umbrella, a large pharmaceutical company trying to create biological weapons for personal gain. The effects of these biological weapons were the zombification of the occupants, and in some cases, it turned them into all other manner of deadly creatures, like hunters and the like.
I found something.
Your mission overall is to uncover what Umbrella have been doing within the mansion, find your partner and escape.
Especially against living things.
I love the Resident Evil series, mainly due to the fact that I've been playing and watching it for most of my life, because my mum used to play it when I was little, and I used to watch her play it, and then from there, I went on to start playing it myself. It was one of my first major ventures into gaming, and for that I'll always be grateful, because it got me into such a great industry and got me where I am today, as I am with my ethics in gaming. I love everything about it, from its narrow hallways to its groaning zombies, its clunky tank controls and eerie atmosphere. For me personally, the early Resident Evil games were perfect, and they regularly keep me coming back for more, at least 2 or 3 times a year. And I would suggest it to anybody thinking of getting into the series. In conclusion, Resident Evil is an awesome series that should be played by anyone, and I'm looking forward to what the future holds for it and where Capcom will take it, especially with Resident Evil 7 coming out in January. Thank you all for watching. I'm Dean, and this is me signing out.